Good afternoon to all of you. Shri Nana Patole, President, Maharashtra Pradesh Congress Committee. Shri Bhai Jagtap, President of the Mumbai Regional Congress Committee. Shri Ashok Chavan, Minister. Shri Chapra, Shri Ranpi Se, Shri Ganesh Yadav, Shri Ramesh Shetty, all other office bearers of the MPCC and the MRCC, friends of the media. I know it's been a heavy downpour in Mumbai, yet I'm very glad that so many of you have turned up for this press conference. My colleagues in the AICC are fanning out throughout the country, addressing such press conferences in order to bring to the people the grave implications of the national monetization pipeline. We've heard of a gas pipeline, we've heard of a petroleum pipeline, and the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, in 3 successive independent days, announced a national infrastructure pipeline, and today we have a national monetization pipeline. In one sense, I'm grateful to the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister. They constantly asked and taunted us by saying, for 70 years, nothing was done in this country. Trying to blame the Congress government, but unwittingly they also blamed the Morarji Desai government, they blamed the Vajpayee government also. But the target was the Congress party. For 70 years you did nothing. I'm happy that what we did in 70 years has been acknowledged and published by the Modi government. I won't read the whole list. 26,700 kilometers of national highway, 28,608 circuit kilometers of transmission lines, 8,154 kilometers of gas pipeline, 210 lakh metric ton storage capacity of warehouses, railways, 2,86,000 kilometers of fiber, airports, seaports. The list is a very long list. Finally, Mr. Modi and his team have acknowledged that all this was built in 70 years. So the first big lie has been exposed. Nothing was done in 70 years is exposed by their own list. And now what they are planning to do is dispose of these assets built over 70 years. They call it monetization. Just as the word demonetization was propagated throughout the country thanks to Mr. Narendra Modi's foolish decision of 2016, now they are trying to publicize the word monetization. Whatever the Finance Minister may say, please take it from me, what they are doing is selling these assets. Every day the Finance Minister denies that we are selling the assets. She says we are the owner, we will be the owner, and after 30, 40, 50 years, this asset will come back to us. Fine. I'm sure the Finance Minister owns a house somewhere in India. I'll be very happy if she gives it to me on lease for 99 years. She can hang on to a piece of paper saying she's the owner, but I will live in that house for 99 years. At the end of 99 years, what will I give back to her? Suppose I don't maintain the house, I don't paint the house, I don't repair the house. At the end of 99 years, what will she get back? That is what's going to happen to these assets. When you privatize an asset, you sell it, someone buys it. He is the owner. So he is responsible for maintaining it, for repairing it, for upgrading it, and for renewing it. But if he is not the owner, and if he has to return it after 50 or 60 years, what is his interest in maintaining that asset? There is a word in economics, asset stripping. Asset stripping. That is what's going to happen here. Even if assets are not stripped, it will not be maintained, it will not be repaired, it will not be upgraded, it will not be improved. At the end of 40, 50, 60 years, what the government will get back is a fully depreciated asset. A fully depreciated asset. There will be no value to it. But the finance minister and the prime minister know that they will not be around after 50, 60 years to answer the question, which is why they are doing this. Is this government going to be here after 50, 60 years to answer, what did you get back? This is the biggest closing down sale. Usually, when a business closes down, you see a big board, grand closing down sale, grand Diwali sale, grand Puja sale. This is the grand sale of the BJP government in its second term, because I'm pretty certain there will not be a third term for this government. So they are trying to do a grand closing down sale. Let me make it clear. We are not against disinvestment. We are not against privatization. In fact, the Congress party has disinvested a number of PSUs. The Congress party has privatized a number of PSUs. The National Highway PPP model was started by the Congress party. We are not against it, but we are against this kind of clandestine sale of assets under the name of monetization. There are many, many dangers. I don't want to take much of your time pointing out each danger. Let me point out 2 or 3 dangers and I'll leave the 20 questions that I've raised. The first danger is asset stripping, the fully depreciation of the asset, and the asset not being maintained or repaired or upgraded. So what the government will get back will be a dilapidated asset. The second danger is monopoly. We already are seeing it. Who is getting the ports? Who is getting the airports? When you now monetize more ports, more airports, telecom towers, transmission line, who is going to get it? I leave it to you. Who will get it? We know who will go, who is going to get it. Monopolies are being built in this country. And Mr. Modi is encouraging these monopolies. World over, governments are fighting monopolies. The United States government is fighting monopolies, monopolization, and unfair trade practices of Google, Amazon, Facebook. China is fighting the monopoly of Chinese tech companies, the huge tech companies. South Korea is fighting the chaebols. We are going in the opposite direction. We are encouraging monopolies, we are paving the way for monopolies. That is the second danger. The third danger is jobs. Go through that document. Does it anywhere say that the current level of